What's up guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new. My name is Kristen and today we are in San Sequoia and we are doing yet again another speed build. This speed build is actually supposed to be like a realistic-ish suburban home. It looks pretty realistic to me. I hope you guys agree. And of course, if you find this video enjoyable in any way, then please leave a like and or subscribe if you have not already. I really appreciate each and every one of you guys that takes time to watch my videos and interact with me on my videos. It is so awesome and I really do appreciate you guys. Also, leave comments down below what your favorite part of this build is, or maybe what your least favorite part of this build is, maybe what you would like to see me change. I really would like to hear back from you guys. So with all of that being said, let's go ahead and get into today's build. So this is a pretty basic suburban home, but it is on a corner lot and I absolutely love corner lots. And I have a fence surrounding the whole property. For some reason, I love to do that. It just feels so like suburban to me. I don't know what it is about it, but I just love to do it. I've been on a roll with doing it lately. Something else that is pretty cool that I did in this build is I built my own tree house, which I do quite often. I really don't like the one from Growing Together, okay? I'll just be honest. I don't like how the trees are. I think the trees are kind of ugly. And I also don't like how you cannot see inside of the tree house. Oh, I just don't like it. But I do really enjoy making my own tree houses, and so I've kind of been on a roll of doing that lately too, and that is what I did here. But I built something different under the tree house. I won't get too into the details of what that is. I will let you guys watch this video and you will find out towards the end, but honestly it's super cool, and yeah, I'm super excited for you guys to see that. We'll go over that once we get to that area. I also did the windows in the front a little bit different than I usually do. I did the half circle on the second story. I've done that plenty of times, but on the bottom story, instead of putting the door directly under it, I actually put additional windows under it, and it creates this really cool like window that looks like one piece of window. It's kind of hard to explain until I'm actually building it, so I'll go over that as well once we get onto the window portion of this build. Right now, I'm just trying to get the layout done. I'm just trying to get how I want the yard to be laid out, and the backyard, the front yard, side yard, all of that good stuff. I also made a driveway on this build, and I end up putting a basketball hoop directly above the garage. I love to do that. It gives it this realistic touch that this is a real family home, and I feel like a lot of people have like their basketball hoops kind of above their garage, right? I mean, I've seen that several times in my life anyways. I'm not making it up, right? No, I don't think I am making it up. I definitely remember seeing that all throughout my childhood when I would visit friends' houses and stuff. But I am now realizing that I totally forgot to put the basketball hoop lines underneath the basketball hoop. I forgot to do that, and I love to add those on the driveway, but yeah, sadly I did not, but it still looks good without it. Right now I'm trying to get the terrain paint positioned how I want it to be positioned. Actually, in the front of the build, there's quite a bit of terrain paint kind of making a pathway from the driveway over to the sidewalk that's leading up to the front door. I don't usually add that much terrain paint, but I thought it looked really good. I don't know, I thought it matched this house, and so once I put it there, I kind of left it. It kind of just stays like this, guys. I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, it looks really good. In the backyard here, I am just starting the tree house and getting how I want the tree house to be designed, and I also end up putting a swing set in this backyard along with a pool area. And you guys might have seen a little bit earlier in the build when I was placing all of the bushes, I end up placing some of those bushes with the lights on it right by the pool, which I only just started doing that in my last build and I fell in love with it, to be honest. I absolutely love when my backyards in The Sims are lit up with the fairy lights, and the lanterns in the tree. I think it's so pretty. And so I took advantage of the bushes with the lights on it in this build, and so I put that all around the pool. I also add fairy lights around the fence. Like, there's plenty of lighting in this backyard. It turns out so cute. And as far as the design of this treehouse goes, I usually make tree houses in my Sims look exactly like the main house, but I didn't want to do that here. I wanted it to look like it was actually built by the bare hands of the father that lived here. And so I kind of figured that this dad was really into handiness, and he makes a career out of making different things off of his woodworking bench and selling it. Like, that's what he does. And once this new expansion pack comes out, he's planning on making a business and selling what he builds out of that store. He can't do that till the expansion pack comes out though. But anyways, yeah, so I really wanted this to look like it was built. And so I grabbed that ladder from high school years, and doesn't it look like it's built like a normal treehouse where there's just planks kind of nailed into other wood planks? I might not be explaining that very good because I'm not good at explaining things, but you guys can see what I'm talking about. And so this whole treehouse is very brown. Like, that is the color of this treehouse. It really doesn't get painted. Some of it looks like it's kind of stained, like this darker wood, and then I paint the actual walls of the treehouse a lighter wood, and I figured that kind of just stayed as the color it normally was, and everything else is stained. And I also added some window boxes underneath the windows, and I really wanted to make that look like it was built by the dad's bare hands as well. And maybe these are fake flowers that are in here, or maybe these are flowers that the children that share this treehouse are nurturing and maybe improving their gardening skill. I mean, is that something they're actually able to do? No, but we can use our imagination. Sometimes we have to do that here in The Sims. And then I'm just adding some other decorations, like not the roof trim, but you know that little like triangular piece at the very top of the roof. Roof eave? No, it's not the eave either. I can't remember what it's called, but I always place those in every single one of my builds. And yeah, and the windows that I'm using some that are like open windows. You can see directly and air is coming in and stuff, because I kind of was thinking this is a treehouse that does not have AC in it, right? But some of the windows are closed windows just to give it that realistic like home look. I figured that's kind of what the kids wanted. They wanted it to look like a real house, but the dad knew if he didn't add any open windows, you know, they wouldn't be able to breathe. So he had to kind of compromise and put both there, right? And I thought it was kind of cute how there's both regular windows and open windows at the same time. So that is basically what the treehouse looks like. Of course, we have to go back and furnish it later in the build, but for now, we are now focusing on the exterior of the main house. And right now, I am putting those windows from high school years where the teenagers can sneak out of those windows, and that is actually the teenager's room that I put the window in. I really wanted to give it that storytelling vibe where this is a teenager that frequently sneaks out, okay? And then I also put that trellis ladder right next to it, so they do have an exit out of, you know, off of that balcony. I absolutely love adding this storytelling to my builds, whether it be the teenager sneaking out or whatever it is. I always tend to add little storytelling bits and pieces to my builds, and it just adds, you know, an extra detail that is, you know, custom to you and creative, and gives the player that downloads this house some inspiration of how they want their game to go. At least that's how I view it. But as you can see, I did put that half window. That half window is not the base game one though. That is actually the one from the industrial loft kit that I have never used, and I absolutely love that one. I think I like it better than the base game one, to be honest. Something about the way that the panels on the window is positioned is super pretty. But then the window directly under that half circular window, those three are base game windows. And doesn't it look like it's one window with it positioned like that? I thought it looked so pretty, and I am looking forward to making builds similar to this one in the future. I just love that half circle look. I don't know, it just looks so pretty, and it almost gives a realistic vibe to it too. Like this whole house just looks a little realistic to me. I don't know what it is, but I feel like I've seen a house like this before. And then I also kept the garage on the inside. So a lot of times I will renovate the garage into an additional bedroom, but we really didn't need that here in this build. I actually was able to fit, I believe, 3 bedrooms in this build. Yeah, 3 bedrooms and a few bathrooms, and I think that's plenty. Most of my builds I have like 5-6 bedrooms, and so when I'm building a house that only has like 3, I feel like that's a win for me because it's not like me. So I love to build houses that are a little bit smaller and more realistic, as to where 5-6 bedrooms, I feel like that's really not realistic. 3-4 bedrooms is very much a lot more realistic. But if you download this house and you do need that extra bedroom, you could just renovate the garage into a master bedroom or an additional bedroom, whatever you want it to be, and it would be just as fine. But I did actually put a side door that's leading out of the garage into the backyard, and I absolutely love that touch. That is super realistic. And I put like, not a roof, but some sort of piece, not balcony, obviously, but you know, the little pieces you put above doors. I put that above the side door. I don't know why. I just seen it in the catalog and I've never used it. I placed it and I thought it looked really good, and so I kept it like that. But yeah, so we are getting to the point where we are starting to finish this house, and I am trying to decide exactly how I want to place this tile of where the kitchen is gonna go. The kitchen is the very first thing you see when you walk into this house, and then it leads to the living room, which leads to the dining room, and there's also a bathroom downstairs, and of course you can also reach the garage from this point of the house as well. Oh, there is also a bedroom downstairs, and that bedroom has the children in there, and they're not twins. However, they are very close in age. I figured they were born like one after the other, and they were both girls and they're like best friends, so they don't mind sharing a room at all. And then upstairs is the teens room, and I furnished that for a teen boy. I tried to make it a little bit different than I usually do my teens rooms, and I made it gamer themed, which I guess thinking back now, I do that kind of a lot, but I also made it like obviously alien themed, and then he also has a telescope right out of his room. I figured that was his telescope. He's really into the solar system and aliens, and he really wants to be abducted by an alien. Yeah, he's kind of weird like that. And then the parents' bedroom, the master bedroom, is upstairs as well. And then of course there is the master bathroom, and then there is an additional bathroom. There's plenty of bathrooms in this house, that is for sure. And there is an additional space upstairs. I really didn't know what I wanted to do there, but I ended up just making it like a little workout area. I figured the parents in this house are very, very active and they like to stay fit and healthy. And so they have their own like kind of gym in this house. It's not a separate room, but it's almost like a loft space up there. If you download this house, actually, if you didn't want like the workout equipment, you wanted to repurpose that area, that really would be the perfect area to have like a little loft space. So if you have people coming to spend the night, they could sleep up there, or maybe grandparents or friends or whoever. You can make that a loft space. It really would be a really cute loft space. And there's also an additional door that's heading out into the balcony. I figured that made sense. I really wanted to put a door leading out to the balcony upstairs, because if I just had the windows, that really doesn't make sense. And so I put a door there just to make it make sense, right? But yes, we are now placing down furniture in the living room as well as the dining room. The kitchen and living room, they're not done by any means. I'm really just placing the furniture I think I'm gonna want, and then go back and place all the decorations later. I don't know why this helped me build so much, but it really does. It gives me the image in my mind of what I am going to do with that particular space, and it just helps me move along faster. At least I feel like it does. And now that I'm going through this voiceover with you guys and I'm looking at the speed build, I am noticing that there is very much a green theme going on throughout this whole house. I have been on a green kick lately. I don't know what it is, but this green color is just so pretty to me, and so I don't know, I've just been using it a lot lately, but I do have some other builds where it's not just green, so you do have that to look forward to if you're not a big green person. But for some reason, green in The Sims is just so pretty to me. Green in real life is pretty too. And I am also a really, really big fan of like blue and blue houses. I love that. I don't do blue as often as I used to though. I've been more on a green kick. I kind of go back and forth between blue, green, and yellow. Those are like my favorite house colors. I sometimes will do like tan and beige, but I feel like that gets kind of boring. Let me know down below what your favorite house color is for the exterior. I really would like to know. Now, as far as the color of the flowers go in the flower boxes as well as the garden, I really didn't know the color of flowers I wanted to do, but I knew that I wanted to make the flowers in the garden the same color as the flowers in the flower boxes. I just feel like it blends together better and it's not so like busy looking. It kind of looks off if you do too many colors at once. And so I really wanted to stick with the same color. So I was trying to decide between yellow and white. And I almost did pink, but I just couldn't do that. There's something about those pink flowers that, I don't know, I don't love those pink flowers. I feel like they're kind of too pink. I wish they had some lighter pink ones. They really should do an overhaul of like the base game flower boxes and do some new colors, do some new swatches. They've really been adding a lot of new swatches for everything else in the base game, and I think they forgot about the flower boxes, so I wish that they would do some more swatches for that. Like, I know they have all of the typical colors in the flower boxes. They have the pink, they have the blue, they have the yellow, they have the white, they have the red, so what else do we really need? We need different shades of that color. I don't want just hot pink for my flowers. I want some blush pink too. And maybe I don't want just the light blue. Maybe I want some darker blue, you know? So I really wish that they would change the swatches and update the swatches. That would be really good. But the color that I ended up going with, after all of that, I ended up going with white. And I am using these white hydrangeas in the garden, and I have a newfound love for hydrangeas. I think they are so, so pretty. My fiance got me a bouquet of flowers a couple of weeks ago for Valentine's Day, and I have never received a bouquet of flowers that had hydrangeas in there. Now, that might just be me. You guys are probably thinking like, girl, I see those bouquets all the time. Well, not me, I don't. That was the very first time I actually seen hydrangeas in person, and they are so, so pretty in person. They're pretty in The Sims too, and I always wondered like how those flowers would look in real life, and they look even better in real life. Like, I want to go to Lowe's or Home Depot or some garden store and buy a little baby hydrangea bush and go plant it in my backyard and let it grow, because they are so pretty. I absolutely love hydrangeas now. They might be like my new favorite flower. I don't know. That's kind of reaching, you know. I don't want to just say they're my new favorite flower right off the bat because they're new, but they really are very pretty. I love them. But yeah, I ended up adding this swing set from Growing Together, and I almost picked this swatch that had the lighter wood color. And then I thought that kind of didn't match the treehouse and stuff. And so I almost changed the color of the treehouse and made it all white. But I really enjoyed the storyline of the dad building this with his bare hands. And so I ended up just changing the swatch on the swing set instead. And I figured maybe the dad built that swing set as well. He probably built a lot of stuff in this house. But definitely the treehouse and definitely the swing set. And then I also went ahead and added the fairy lights all around the fencing in the yard, and I think it turned out so cute. I absolutely love this house and the yard. And then I added a trash bin, recycle bin thing from Eco Lifestyle. I don't know if it's like a dumpster is what it is. Sorry. I have brain farts all the time, guys. Please forgive me. I ended up adding the dumpster, and if you do not know anything about the dumpster, then your Sims can actually go dumpster diving. They can also woohoo in there, but that's kind of gross. But they can go dumpster diving, and you can get some like pretty expensive stuff while dumpster diving. Even if it's on your home lot, and yeah, just random stuff will pop up in there. And so if you download this house and you do keep that dumpster out there, definitely go dumpster diving. Like, your Sims are not too good to go dumpster diving. You can really make some good money, trust me. Your Sims might be stinky afterwards, but it's definitely worth it when you see how much you can sell the items for. Luckily, it's your Sims and not you that's going in there. Just think that way. But we are back inside now, and the backyard is pretty much done besides doing the decorations and furnishing the pool area, furnishing the tree house. Still have to go back and do all of that, but as for the layout of the yard and the terrain paint, that's exactly how it is. I actually really had fun doing the terrain paint on this lot. I don't know why. Sometimes I can't stand it, but sometimes I'm really in the mood to do it. And this was one of those days that I was in the mood to do it. So I tried to add some details with the terrain paint throughout the yard. And yeah, so we are furnishing the living room now. And I ended up putting some pillows on these couches, and these couches are from the Casanova Cave Kit, and I love these couches. And I love the fact that they added not only the 3-seater couch, but they also added a love seat with the 2 seats, and they match. The Sims team is so bad about adding a couch like it's the 3-seater couch, but they don't add a matching love seat. It's like, why? Aren't living rooms always, you know, a 2-seater couch, or like, you know, 2-piece set, you know? Or if it's not a 2-piece set, you have a sectional. If you don't have a sectional, you almost always have a 2-piece set. That's just usually how it is. So why on earth would the Sims team add a 3-seater couch without adding a matching love seat? I will never know. And yeah, I always rant about it too. It's just one of those things where I will never understand why they don't add matching love seats. But luckily, for the Casanova Cave Kit, they in fact added a matching love seat, and not only a matching love seat, but they also added a matching like 1-seater sofa chair thing as well. So that's always fun. And there are no pillows on those sofas, which honestly, I love when they add pillows on there, but I also love when they add couches that don't have pillows on there, just so that you can add pillows yourself and really customize it to how you want it to be. And so that is what I did here. I added the base game pillows, as well as added some pillows from one of the kits. I can't remember which kit it is, but I like using both the base game and the kit pillow, because the base game pillows have like just basic swatches, right? Basic colors. And then the pillows from the kit, they have like decorations on them and patterns on them. And so using them together, I love doing that. I also added one of those TVs that it's from one of the kits where it looks like a picture frame, but it is in fact a TV. I love using these. These are newer to our game. There's also one in the base game if you played like the quest that was out at the time. I think it was the holiday one. This might be the base game one, actually, now that I'm looking at it. And there's also one in the kit, like I was saying, but yeah, this is definitely the base game one. The base game one has different landscape pictures on there, and it just makes it perfect to put in like a living room, and it makes it look like a picture and not a TV. Sometimes I just place a TV there, you know, because it makes more sense. But when I'm trying to be fancy and I'm trying to make the living room look as decorated as possible, I put the TV like this there instead, and it's just super fun to use. I've never seen a TV like this in real life, so I'm actually pretty curious of how those TVs work and look in real life. I can't comprehend it in my mind for some reason, but yeah, I just think it looks super cute in The Sims. But when I place it over a fireplace, I don't know, I feel like it just looks a little small or like thin, you know, it looks very, very thin. I don't know. There's something kind of off about it, but at the same time, it looks good. I don't know. I don't know. That might not make any sense to you guys, but it's how I feel. Sometimes how I feel just does not make any sense. Can you guys relate, or is that just me? But anyways, we are into the kitchen now, and I am finally furnishing the kitchen. And I almost put this decal above the kitchen window because it matches so perfectly, and I thought it's pretty, but I ended up changing it just because it's almost like kind of a modern kitchen, and I feel like that decal makes it look kind of old school, how older kitchens looked. You know how some older kitchens have like the, I don't know what you call it, but it's kind of like wallpaper, but just up in the corner where the ceiling is, and it's all around the top of the kitchen, not a baseboard, but something like a baseboard, but for the top. I'm sure you guys know what I'm talking about, and the name of it's right on the tip of my tongue, but I cannot think of it whatsoever. Okay, so I looked it up, and I guess it's just called wallpaper border. I swear there's another name for it, but yeah, it almost reminds me of like old school wallpaper border that has like chickens on it or flowers, typically found in country style kitchens. It just did not fit in this kitchen, but it gave me an idea for future builds because it definitely is cute. It's not for this kitchen. But yeah, I do end up removing that, and I just place a curtain there instead. And then I am placing like a bread holder and the microwave. I also placed some frames on top of the kitchen counter. It was also from the Casanova Cave kit, and once I placed it, I thought it was kind of cute, and so I ended up leaving it there. I know some kitchens, they do have picture frames up on the counter, so it's not, you know, unheard of. And then I also placed some kids' drawings over by the window. And yeah, I think this kitchen's super, super cute. I love the green theme in here. Oh, and on the other side of the kitchen, I did something different than I normally do. I ended up putting a computer desk there, and I definitely knew I wanted to place a computer desk somewhere in this build. I knew there was no space in the living room though. Like, that is a very, very tiny living room. Oh, also, what's up with this glitch right here with the lighting? I removed some of the walls to be able to put the calendar on the fridge, and yeah, it kind of made the lighting weird there for a second, and I don't know what happened. But luckily it went back to normal once I placed the walls there again. But yeah, like I was saying, I ended up putting a computer desk on the other side of the kitchen. I thought it was kind of realistic. I don't know, I've seen computers in kitchens before, not a lot, but right there under the staircase, I thought it was kind of a unique spot. I've never done that before, and so I ended up sticking with it. And here in just a moment, you'll see me add some shelving right above the computer desk, and it kind of blends in with the staircase. It's pretty interesting. I actually really like the way that area turned out, and I really hope you guys like it too. And of course, I did want to make sure I play tested that to make sure the sim was able to use the computer, and yes, they are in fact able to use the computer. I was actually really surprised that our sim was able to use the computer, but it was a nice surprise, that's for sure. And the shelving, I added 4 different shelves right now, but once I start adding the items onto the shelves, I realized they're too close together, so I was only able to fit 2 shelves there after all. But once I add all of the decorations on there, it just looks so pretty, like it's supposed to be like that. And yeah, I mean, I don't know, I've never done this before, but I think it looks so good. I added some books up here that are in between the plants. I add this picture frame that is from the Comfy Gamer kit. I absolutely love these standing picture frames, like the tabletop ones. So happy the Sims team added these. And then I added some old Sims games up here. I don't know, I just love old Sims games, and so if I can place them anywhere, I definitely do. And then I add a candle on top. Now, you don't want to do this in real life, that is definitely a fire hazard, but luckily here in The Sims, it should not catch on fire. It would be cool if it did, very realistic, but yeah, I do not expect that catching on fire whatsoever, so I ended up adding a candle there, and I thought it was pretty, and then I added some flowers right next to the picture frame. That area super, super cute. I love it. I figured one of the parents might work from home and that could be where they work at, or that is just the universal family computer that everyone uses, and they could definitely keep an eye on what their children are doing, you know, which is always a good thing, especially in this day and age. But that is it for the kitchen. We also finished furnishing the dining room. The dining room's nothing special, but it has a circular table, and I absolutely love using those circular tables. That one is from the new kitchen kit. I don't remember exactly what it's called, but I love it. I think it is so pretty, and it has good swatches on there too, which is always a plus. And then I added some seats that are from Dream Home Decorator. And I also added that family board where you could set the curfew and stuff. That's perfect for, you know, the storytelling purpose of the teen sneaking out. I think that is, I don't know if it's necessary, but it definitely adds to the storytelling purpose. Like if your teen sneaks out, the parent could definitely discipline them if you have the curfew set. I do not know if they can get disciplined if you don't have the curfew. I haven't tested that out, but regardless, I added the family board there. And then I added some food bowls. I figured for a dog or a cat, either one, but I do not think I added a litter box. I think I forgot. But if you do download this house and you want a cat, totally add a litter box, no problem. I wish they added the ability for the cats to go poop or pee outside instead of like having a litter box. I don't know why they didn't add that feature, unless I'm mistaken. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I do not think the cats can even go to the bathroom outside, which doesn't make sense to me, but whatever. We also furnished that bathroom right there. Really nothing special. I figured that was the bathroom that the guests can use, as well as the children. That's like their shared bathroom. We have a shower in there with a little divider next to it. And then we have the toilet and the sink. And I put some robes in there. I think I put a blue and a purple one. I figured that that's for like the children. And I mean, yeah, that's basically it. Really, nothing special at all. But we are over into the children's room now, and I love this room. I ended up putting a platform in here, and then there's a little area where they can step down, and that's like their main bedroom area. I put the dresser from the kids' room stuff pack, and there's some pictures in there. I figured that's pictures of the kids with like their friends. And then I put a mirror next to it, and I put like some makeup and a blow dryer right there in front of the mirror. Now, I don't think they're able to use the mirror because I put it right there in front, but I thought it was so cute. And the mirror also has pictures on it, as well as that little divider that is from, I think high school years or growing together, one of the two, but I believe there's pictures on there as well. Like there's plenty of pictures in this room, which really I feel like is realistic for like teen girls or preteen girls or even children, you know. They love taking pictures of them and their friends and their experiences. And then I put a board right there in front of the dresser that pretty much is a calendar. I figured the kids go and mark the calendar for their birthdays or whatever holiday that they're excited about. And then I do put a computer in here as well. And I put the one from high school years that has like the little camera on it. I figured they could FaceTime with their friends like that. I don't know if they have FaceTime on the computer, but you guys know what I mean. Skype, whatever. I might have showed my age there with Skype, but yeah. Or maybe they are just becoming streamers or whatever. I just added that computer mainly because I thought it was cute and it matched the room. And then, yeah, I'm also adding some posters here for one of the girls. They have this bunk bed that they are sharing. I figured the older ones probably on the bottom and then the younger ones at the top. And this is the little area that the older one can make her own and add her own posters. And yeah, I think this is such a cute room. I also added beads there right in front of the door when, like on the side where the room is, not outside of it, right? But yeah, I thought it was so cute that I added like these star lights everywhere and the flower lights all on like the crown molding and then the stuffed animal, and it's just so cute. I love this room. I also added that chair, which is from, I believe it's from the kit that Plumbella did. I don't remember the name of it, but it's super, super cute. I love how it's heart-shaped in the back, and then there's like the swatch that I'm using here, I don't think I have ever used. It has like flowers and checkerboard on it. It's just super, super cute. This whole room is. I can't say that enough. But yeah, this is pretty much it. The last couple of things that I end up adding are just like some book bags for the girls, as well as a little rug in that area when you first walk in. Other than that, this is the room. Super cute. I love the way this turned out. Hope you guys do as well. I always spend so much time in the rooms that I do for the kids and the teens. Kind of the parents' room too, but definitely the kids' rooms and the teens' rooms. I just like to make it look as realistic as possible. I feel like a lot of kids in real life, they go all out in their rooms, or as much as they can, as much as their parents are willing to pay for, you know, but they just have like stuff everywhere. And so I try to portray that here in The Sims as well. And I always have so much fun decorating the rooms for the kids. But we are now going to head upstairs as soon as we are done here in the kids' room. Oh, I guess I end up adding some other decorations here on the computer desk. There's so much that I add that I forget half of it. But I also add some more of those tabletop picture frames from the Comfy Gamer kit. I also added a piggy bank. I love to do that in my kids' builds too, or my kids' rooms. I feel like that's realistic and it's super cute, that little piggy bank. It's shaped like a little unicorn. I love the purple swatch. That's my favorite. And then I added some headphones. That's definitely needed for when they're gaming or listening to music, talking to their friends, whatever it might be. I also add those little my stickers. I love that. I think it's so cute. And is that like a real thing, by the way? I don't think I've ever heard of that, but I almost want one. And I'm not even a kid, but I think they're for kids, but they're just so cute. It almost looks like a little Polaroid like picture camera thing, and it's super cute. But we are now finally upstairs and we are working on the master bedroom. The master bedroom actually comes together pretty quickly. I kept the blue and green theme that I did all throughout the house. Well, not blue and green, more like just green, but I added blue here in the master bedroom, and I added that same picture frame TV that I added downstairs, but I changed the swatch to make it match this room better. I also almost added an easel in this house, but I didn't really know a good place to put it, and I always put easels, and so I decided not to put an easel at the end of the day. But we do have a dresser in here as well as a computer. There's like computers everywhere in this house. There's definitely more than enough computers. And I added this rocking chair. Super cute. I love adding like little accent chairs in the rooms in my Sims builds. And then I added this little jewelry box that I love that has little Bella Goth on there, and a makeup bag, some men's colognes, a little jar of like change, and I just tried to make it look realistic, you know. And then I added this book. I almost added it right next to the bed. I figured the Sim could be there reading, but I ended up changing it and moving it over to the computer desk instead. And above the computer desk, I actually added some picture frames that once you download this house and you plan it, you could take pictures of the families that you have and you could place it in the picture frames yourself. I figured it gives you a chance to really customize this build and make it your own. And that is pretty much it for the master bedroom. I also added a ceiling fan in there, as well as added that downstairs in the living room as well. I feel like adding ceiling fans really makes it look more realistic. I could not live without a ceiling fan, at least in my bedroom, because I love the air circulation, you know, so I don't know. That's kind of my excuse of adding them in my builds. And we are over into the teens room. So I put curtains in that little corner just to be able to, you know, add a computer desk in there and it not look weird with the windows over it. I don't know. It just kind of, the way the windows were positioned in this room kind of made it hard to decorate it. And I figured since this is like a gamer, he really would like blackout curtains, right? So I figured those were blackout curtains, but I left one window open. And the reason why I did that is because he sneaks out all the time. He goes and visits his friends or meets his friends at the local park, and they just hang out and do whatever teens do when they sneak out. Or he goes and visits his girlfriend, or he just, you know, might be super mad at his parents and he just wants to go and walk off some steam, and so he just goes and sneaks out. Whatever it is, he just sneaks out all the time just because he likes to. But other than that, he's just really into gaming. He also likes basketball and sports and stuff, but mainly into gaming. He really hopes to make a career out of gaming, whether that be streaming or being a YouTuber and posting his videos online, or he's like a gameplay tester, whatever it is. Once he grows up to an adult, he really would like to continue his gaming passion and make it into a career. And this would not be a gamer's room without a mini fridge. And I don't usually add mini fridges in like my teens rooms. This is really the first time I did it, but I thought it made so much sense. And I also pulled out some of the sodas and energy drinks and a plate of food and added it here next to the bed. You know, that might be kind of gross, but I felt like that is such a realistic thing to do, not only in a teen's room, but like a teen gamer's room. Like, definitely the sodas. The plate of food probably wasn't needed, okay? But I came across it and I really wanted to add it, so I did. Oh, and I also added a telescope on the balcony right outside of the teen's room. I figured he was really not only into gaming, but he loves logic skill as well. He really kind of has a dream of being abducted by aliens. I don't know, he's kind of weird, okay? He almost wants like his very own alien baby too, so I don't know. He's weird, but that is it for the teen's room. We're over into like the little loft area I was talking about, and I just placed a couple pieces of gym equipment up there, and I came across these new ones from the Love Struck expansion pack, and I absolutely love this green swatch. It honestly matches this house perfectly. And I also pulled out some little like fitness pieces from some of the kits, and it's like a yoga mat as well as a little box that has weights and stuff in it, and I don't know, it just was extra decorations that made sense to put into a little gym area. And yeah, I think it's super cute. I also added that rug from the Comfy Gamer kit. I feel like that is the perfect color to tie it all together, and super happy with the way that area came out. It would be so nice to sit there and work out and be able to look out that half circular window and see your backyard, maybe watch your kids swimming, whatever. It would be super nice to actually have a view out there, right? And then I finished the bathrooms. The bathrooms were super quick and nothing special about the bathrooms. They're just typical bathrooms like I always do. One was the master bedroom and the other one was the bedroom that was for the teenager, so I tried to make that bathroom look like it was obviously for the teen. I almost did black rugs and stuff in there, but it just looked off. I didn't like it, so I changed it to the normal beige or green like I usually do. But yeah, this is it for the furnishing of the inside of the house. We are now working on furnishing the outside of the house. So I ended up pulling out some pieces from the Outdoor Riviera kit, the outdoor kit, you know, and I absolutely love this kit. They also added some fountains for the pool in that kit, and so I wanted to take advantage of that in this build. I think it gives such a relaxing vibe. I love the outside of this house. I love the inside of this house. This house is just so pretty to me. I absolutely love it. I almost want to make some Sims and play in this house, to be honest. I don't know. But I added some lounge chairs out here. Right now I am adding some floaties inside of the pool, and I almost added a diving board, but I thought it was a little bit too much. And then I also added a little umbrella table with some chairs right outside of the dining or the living area inside of the house. And so yeah, super cute. Love that area over there. Now we are working on the special area I was talking about earlier in the video, and it's right directly under the treehouse. And I came up with this idea as I was building the treehouse, and I have that whole area that was pretty much perfect to put like a little secret movie hangout area for the kids. And so that is what I'm doing. I'm using the outdoor campers kit for this area. Pretty much the whole area is base game and outdoor camper, you know, those two packs together. And it is such a cool little area. I did size down this TV, by the way, but I made sure that it was able to be used while sized down, and it is able to be used while sized down. So that was actually a really nice surprise. And there's also a mini fridge out here. Really, that's not realistic whatsoever, but I really wanted to put a popcorn maker right by this little movie area. I just felt like it made sense, and so the only thing I was able to put the popcorn maker on was a mini fridge, and so that is what I had to do. Yeah, really not realistic, but sometimes you have to do what you have to do. And I just love this area. I think it's so cute. This is like the girls' little area that's kind of secretive, and they invite their friends over for a movie night and maybe just hanging out, maybe playing some music on the little radio that I added, or maybe just making some friendship bracelets, because I add the little friendship bracelet kit down here as well. And just a super, super cute area. Up here is where I add all of the skill building items for the girls. There is a mental table in here. Actually, I added outside of the treehouse. I thought it made more sense. I also add like a little game table in here, as well as the void critter battle thing. I don't know what it's called, but I almost added the little puppet thing where you could have a puppet show, but it did not fit. So I had to do away with that idea, but I did add the scouts board up here. I figured the girls were in scouts and they could keep track of like their badge process and all of that. And of course I had to add a little creativity table upstairs in the treehouse as well. The treehouse portion is not as cute as I usually do it. I spent too much time down here in the little secret area. The little secret area is where they really like to be, okay? Upstairs is just where they build their skills. But yeah, I mean, this is pretty much it for the build, guys. I really hope you enjoyed today's video. Of course, if you did, please leave a like on this video. It really helps the algorithm kick this video to other simmers. And of course, subscribe if you have not already. I really appreciate each and every one of you guys that takes the time to watch my videos, as well as like and comment and subscribe as well. You guys are truly, truly awesome. I hope you all have an amazing weekend, and I will see you all in the next video very soon. Bye, guys.